What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel, and on today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to pack your Stateboard kits for the natural hair care license in North Carolina. I'm specifying North Carolina because this is the state that I am in. This is the state that I teach the natural hair care course, and I'm not really familiar with other states, so I'm going to give you what I know for North Carolina. But as I was saying, I'm going to be showing you guys how to pack your Stateboard kit for the natural hair care the natural hair care license exam for North Carolina. I might have repeated that a couple of times, but y'all get what I'm saying. Anyway, before we get started with the actual packing of the kit, I do want to go over what the contents of the exam is going to be. So the exam is broken up into 2 parts, and there are 9 sections, right? So each section you're going to be allotted a certain amount of time. So for example, for the first section, you will have 15 minutes. Wait, let me get to the right page, guys. I have the page open for cosmetology. I'm looking for natural hair care. Y'all hold on one second. I'm back. So for the first part of the exam, you will be allotted 15 minutes, and that is basically you just prepping your station and getting everything all cleaned up and prepping your mannequin head for the service. The second part is going to be 15 minutes as well, and in this part you're going to have to perform an extension to visible cornrow braid, which means a regular cornrow braid. Okay, that's what, when you hear visible cornrow braid, you know that they want you to perform a regular cornrow braid. But on the second part, that's when you have to add the extension. And then on the third part, you have to do an invisible cornrow braid, which is another name for like a French braid, or a braid that just goes overhand. That would be your invisible cornrow braid, and that section is 10 minutes. Then you have the extension to individual braid. Now this braid is a box braid or a knotless braid. It can be either one. They're not really specific on the type of braid, as long as it's an individual braid and they can see that you can add hair to the hair for the braid. So that's section 4, and that one is going to be about 10. That's going to be 10 minutes, not about, but 10 minutes. Then the 5th section going to be where you're going to basically set up your work area for a new client, right? So they're going to ask you to remove everything from the first part of the examination and set up for the new client, and that's 15 minutes. The 6th section is for a horizontal braid for the sewing. So this is the section where you're going to actually perform a horizontal braid in the back of the head, below the occipital bone, between the occipital bone and the nape area, from ear to ear. This section is 10 minutes. Then you have the section, which is number 7, where you're going to actually sew the weft on to the braid for that section, and this is going to be 15 minutes. The 8th section is the blood spill exposure, where you have to demonstrate blood exposure procedure. And then the 9th section, which is the last section, is going to be your thermal flat ironing section, and this is going to also be 10 minutes. Okay, so for the first part of the examination, so the bag I'm going to show you is about, you can use a bag about this size. You don't need a really huge bag, and you want to make sure that the bag doesn't have any school logos or anything like that on it. It has to be a plain bag, and this is a perfect size to fit all of your tools and mock products that you need for your Stateboard exam. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into what is actually in this bag. So you want to make sure that you have your wipes. and make sure that they are EPA registered. You want to have your hand sanitizer and your first aid kit. Okay, so these are the universal supplies. When they say to you on the test, set up your universal supplies that you're going to be using throughout the examination, these are the universal supplies. Okay, first aid kit, hand sanitizer, and wipes. So there's that. So for the first part of the exam, which is your extension braids and your corn braids and things like that, this is the first bag that you're going to have. Now you can write on your bag if you want to. You can write first setup or setup number 1, or you don't have to. It's up to you. Okay, so in this bag you're going to have your shampoo cape, because it's going to be assumed that you're starting a new client and she was shampooed. So you're going to have your shampoo cape, right? You're also going to have a clean towel, preferably a white towel. I would take a white towel. I don't think that it's required, but that's what I would pack, a nice, fresh, clean white towel. And you want to have a piece of hair, some synthetic hair, enough to do your individual box braid and enough to do your cornrow, which would be your visible cornrow braid, right? You also want to have some clips, some combs, and a neck strip. So you're going to put the neck strip around your mannequin's neck first, and then you're going to put your towel around the mannequin's neck. Okay? I would pack more than enough combs and more than enough clips, just in case you drop your comb or clip on the floor. And if you do, you must discard it in the right place. So this is your bag setup number 1 for the first part of the examination. Okay, so for the second part, which is the flat ironing section and the sew-in section, in this part you're going to have your styling cape. And the reason why you're going to have a styling cape is because you're going to be doing a flat iron, and when you're doing a flat iron service on a client, you shouldn't be using a shampoo cape, because if the flat iron happens to fall on the client's cape, you don't want it to burn through the cape and burn the client. You're going to also have your flat iron in the bag. You're going to have a few end papers to test the heat of your flat iron, your neck strip to cover the client's neck, the mannequin neck rather. You're going to have your weft for the sewing, your needles and thread for the sewing, some combs, some clips, thread, and some scissors to shape the free ends of the weft. You're going to also have some oil inside of your bag to demonstrate oil application. They're going to ask you to do that, and you need your spatula to demonstrate the oil application. Now, as far as, let me go back to the scissor scoop, because some people might have some questions as far as when I said to shape the free end. So imagine you're doing a sew-in and you put the hair on the track and you sew it in, but you have some hair left over on the weft. Whatever hair is left over, though, that is considered the free ends, and that's the part that is going to be cut off. So they're going to be looking for you to do those things on the exam. Okay, so now let's go over the last thing that is needed for your Stateboard exam. You're going to also need 3 bags, right? They can be paper bags. It can be these type of bags, which are gift bags, as long as they don't have any logos on it from any outside businesses. It can't be written with any type of business name or anything like that. So, but the bags have to be labeled trash, soiled implements, and soiled linen. Those are the 3 labels that must be on each of your bags, because they're going to be looking for example, if you drop your comb or your clip or any type of implement, you need to take that comb, clip, or whatever and put it into the soiled implements bag. Once you finish with the first part of the exam and they ask you to remove everything off of your station, they're going to expect for you to put your soiled linens, which is like your towels, your shampoo cape, inside of the soiled linen bag. And as far as like neck strips and things that's like disposable or one-time use, a single use, those items need to go into the trash. So I hope that this video was helpful. Leave me a comment in the comment section below letting me know if this video did help you, and also leave me a comment in the comment section below letting me know if there's any more videos that you need in order to help you pass your state board exam for the state of North Carolina. All right. Thank you for watching. Peace.